How's everybody doing today? Doing a continuation video of my field strip. Still working with my Sig Sauer P320. We're going to go into a detailed strip and clean. So first thing we're going to do, clear the weapon. Put this somewhere we can't get to it. This as well. Now, no magazine. Nothing in the chamber. So now that the weapon's clear, we're going to drop our takedown lever. Release the slide. Slide and frame separated. Pull our recoil spring. Put that over here. Loosen up our thread protector for the barrel. Throw it there. Now, up and slide out. There's your barrel. Slide. Pull the takedown lever. This. Pull the fire control group out. Now all we have is the frame. So I'm going to set the frame off to the side. So I'm going to be working on the slide. So to do a detailed strip of the slide, if you see the back plate right there, next to the back plate is a captured cap. I'm going to take that with a punch, push in on that, and that will allow me to slide the back plate off. Out comes that, and there's a striker. So we can pull the ejector out, but for now we're going to leave that bad boy in place. So as you can see, this bad boy, it's pretty dirty. I haven't cleaned it since my last range session, so we'll give her a good scrub down today using some Martin Spartan Systems solvent and accuracy oil. I also have some Lucas oil gun grease. This stuff is awesome. Get your hands on some, don't let it go. So first things first, I'm going to take my rag, get this out, get some solvent, and get it out of patch. So you notice I'm not in the kitchen today. Cleaned out a spot in the shed, which is plenty big enough for you to come out here and work. Makes life a little easier. Don't have to deal with the kids running around in the house. They can go jump on the trampoline. The dogs, the shop dog, Kimber, she's around here somewhere. So I'm just taking a patch soaked with solvent, wiping everything down for now. Sprinkle a little solvent here. Put a little solvent down the barrel. Solvent on the fire control group. Now you can break down the fire control group even further. Pull this horseshoe looking spring right here. That's your trigger return spring. It connects to the trigger bar. And the trigger bar comes and connects to the trigger shoe. You can break that down But today, for purposes of this video, we're going to leave it be. Wipe everything down, get it good. Here, I'll use microfiber for this. Getting all these nooks and crannies, especially where you see any potential metal on metal contact. Wipe down all this carbon. Back here with the disconnector block. In here with the bristle brush. This is a nylon bristle brush. Comes with my Otis cleaning kit. Another go-to product. A little bit more solid in there. Alright. That looks pretty good. Give it a wipe down. There we go. Now, if you had some compressed air would be good right now. I don't. I got to get me a nice compressor, but I got a little work to do in the shop, so I'll make it happen. So as you can see, fire control group, much better, much better. Set that off to the side. Work on this slide. Slide's not too bad. Got a little carbon buildup in there, but definitely been worse. Pull that extractor out more about. Oh yeah, there's some buildup in there. So again, we'll take our brush. I'm gonna put some solvent right on the brush itself. And get it in there. There we go. Clean out that extractor well. Brush over the hole. Outside of the slide. Scrub her down. Get her nice and clean. Definitely want to get the breech face here. Getting the rails where the slide rides. Oh yeah. See it coming there. Alright. Before I give that a wipe down, I'm going to let it set a little bit. Now this barrel is nasty. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that feed ramp's pretty dirty. I got some chunks of carbon built up in the rifle one. So I'm going to do, take me a patch. Take me a pull-through cable. And this one already has the looped end on it, so I can run my patch through. Now everybody has, I know, the right way to run their patches, but I get around there so I can it's secure, and then it seems to do the trick. So I'm going to take some solvent, soak this patch in solvent. And run it from the chamber through the barrel to come out the muzzle. And that's the first pass. I'll go through one more time and then let it sit for a little bit. Let that Martin Spartan Systems solvent break up everything in the rifling. While the barrel soaks, I'll take a little solvent in the frame. Yeah, I'll use the microfiber with this. Clean up the frame. Inside of where the fire control unit runs. Just give her a good wipe down. Now with these Talon grips, I don't want to get too much solvent on the frame and break down the adhesive glue that's holding them on. There we go. Nice and clean. Alright, I'm going to set that off to the side. Now, this barrel should be ready to... Oh yeah, we'll run a brush through her. There's my 9mm brush over here. Actually, in here, I want to see. Now, I'll grab this pull-through cable because it has the end that I can thread on my brush. There we go. And again, we're going to go chamber to muzzle. That's the direction that the bullet travels, right? So, run it through a couple times, break up everything that's in there. Oh yeah. It's looking good. One more time. Boom. That's done. Take another patch. This time a dry patch. Take this old one off. Dry patch. Work it onto the cable. And run it through the barrel. And we'll pull this bad boy through until it comes out clean. Using a new patch each time. Not too bad. Got some carbon on there, but looks like I need to get some more range time in, yeah? If anybody knows my wife, let her know. Run this bad boy through. Oh, yeah. I think we're just about good. Second patch through. It's fairly clean. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this last patch that I just used and put a little more solvent on it. I'm going to take and clean up this feed ramp some. Still got a bunch of carbon built up on the feed ramp chamber face. Get that clean and let it dry. Now with the striker, you know, to be sure when you're lubing this back up, do not, once it's back in the frame, do not put any lube in the striker channel. There's no need for it. That'll tend to gum up the striker, and the striker will stick, and then you're SOL. So let's just give this a wipe down, make sure this is good. Firing pin. There we go. That looks good. So go back to the frame. I'll let the frame sit a little too long. Got some dried up solvent on it, so squirt a little on there. Really wipe her down. That's one thing, especially with these flat dark earth guns up by the muzzle. You get a lot of powder residue, a lot of carbon buildup. Luckily, with the threaded barrel, it helps a little bit. It's sticking out a little further. Still got some crud built up down in the ejector. Let's see if we can't get that out. So I normally like to use some Q-tips or something of the sort, but of course the kids like to play with them as well, and they're all gone. So, all right, now that that's good. Oh yeah, you got all kinds of brass shavings and carbon built up on the ejector. There's an extractor. what have you. Oh yeah. That's just a couple hundred rounds. Alright, now everything is cleaned up. We'll throw it back together. So I'm going to put the extractor back in. And put our striker block assembly back in. Now, with the extractor spring and rod, if you see, it's got a bit of a cut on it. I don't know if you can tell. See that cut right there? So that cut is going to go in facing up. If you're holding the slide facing up, so you're looking at the extractor, the longer portion of the slot, the cut, goes up. Slide that in. Take your back plate. Slide that in place. Get it ready. Get you a punch. Push in that extractor rod. Push in your plate. Let off of the extractor rod. Now your plate is held in place. Everything's good to go. Check your function of your extractor. I'll take a brass flathead. It's a little softer. Press on that extractor. Yep, it's moving. And there we go. Now, slide is fully back together. Except for, I'll wipe down my recoil spring here. Get that good to go. And wipe down the outside of my barrel. Clean these threads. Now what I like to do is I like to take a little bit of oil, take my finger, rub along the outside of the barrel, come up along the chamber, not too much, just a little bit, get a good one. Any excess you can wipe off with a rag, but you'll get a good coating on there even if you wipe some off with a rag. Keep it dry, keep it from rusting. Now, this gun doesn't get to sit in the safe too much, so I ain't got to worry about rusting that bad. Alright, she looks good. So I'm going to throw it back in the slide. Boom. Take my recoil spring. Notice captured recoil spring. It's a progressive system. I'll take the small end and in front. Push it into the locking lug. Boom. So, slide is back together. Boom. Thread protector on. Now, this is a left-hand thread, so I'll spin it a couple times to the right, make sure I'm not cross-threading, and then spin her to the left to tighten it down. You take your fire control group, slide it in. You look, there's a large U notch and then two small notches to the left and right of that U notch. Those match up with the back of the fire control group. Slide your fire control group in, and because of the way it's set up, the trigger is a little bit longer, so press the trigger just a little bit, get the trigger shoe in there, and everything else falls into place. Make sure, once you get it seated, that everything is flush in the rear. Push back on the fire control group, clicks into place, you're good to go. So now I'm going to put a little bit of oil on the slide rails. So you got 4 locations for the slide rails. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We'll toss it around. A little bit of oil here, oil there, oil there, oil there. Boom. And also, I'll put just a little bit in the rails themselves on the slide. Again, being sure not to get any in the striker block housing. And then I will also take a dab of gun grease, put it on the ramp leading up, to the chamber. Slide my slide on the rails. Make sure everything's good to go. Yep, see slides on there good. Now that that's checked, take my takedown pin or takedown lever, work her in there. So you can see this also has a beveled cut to it. Slide it in there. And rotate that in. Boom. Push it down to the 90. Make sure she's all the way through. There we go. She's all the way in the unlocked position. So I'm going to take my slide, put it on the rest of the way. Lock the slide to the rear. Rotate my takedown lever. Release the slide. Check for function. Good reset. There we go. Squeeze. There you go. That is the cleaning process for a Sig Sauer P320 compact. Thank you.